The first thing Anna Reyes heard when the private elevator opened on the 41st floor was a woman screaming. Not a frightened scream. Not exactly. It was the sharp, breathless sound of someone who had finally decided that whatever money she was being paid was not enough to die for. A second later, something shattered. Anna stood inside the elevator with one hand wrapped around the strap of her Old Navy duffel bag and watched a crystal tumbler explode against the black marble wall at the end of the corridor. Whiskey-colored liquid ran down the stone in thin amber streaks. A nurse in pale blue scrubs backed through a pair of double doors, one hand clamped over her forearm. A red welt was already rising beneath her fingers. "Get out!" The man's voice came from somewhere beyond those doors. Low, rough, furious. "Get the hell out of my house." The nurse didn't argue. She hurried toward the elevator, saw Anna standing there, and gave her a look that contained more warning than words could have managed. "You're the replacement?" Anna glanced at the woman's arm. "Looks like it." "Don't," Anna frowned. "Don't what?" "Take the job." The nurse stepped into the elevator beside her and jabbed the lobby button hard enough to hurt her finger. Anna didn't move. The nurse looked at her. For half a second, something like pity crossed her face. Then the elevator doors began to close. "He doesn't want help," she whispered. "He wants someone to punish." The doors slid together. Anna stood alone. Behind her, the enormous man who had escorted her upstairs shifted his weight. He was perhaps 6'5", with a neck like a tree trunk, and a dark suit tailored well enough that most people probably wouldn't notice the shape of the pistol beneath his left arm. Anna noticed. She noticed things. It was one of the reasons she was good at her job. "That makes 4, the man said. Anna turned. "4 what?" "Nurses. This month?" "This month." Anna looked toward the double doors. Did he throw glasses at all of them? The man's mouth twitched. Only the ones he liked. Anna almost smiled. Almost. Then she noticed the tiny dark red spot on the floor near the doorway. Blood. Not much, but enough. She looked back at the bodyguard. "What's your name?" The question seemed to surprise him. "Victor." "Victor. Is he bleeding?" The humor disappeared from his face. "He's fine. That wasn't my question." He pulled out an IV. Anna closed her eyes for 1 second. Of course he had. How long ago? 10 minutes. And nobody has stopped the bleeding? He won't let anybody near him. Anna set down her duffel bag. Victor watched her carefully. "You should understand something before you go in there. I understand that my patient has an open IV site." "Your patient," Victor said, "is Kirill Volkov." Anna waited. Victor seemed to expect the name to do something to her. It didn't, or at least she didn't allow it to. She knew who Kirill Volkov was. Anyone who had lived in New York long enough and knew how to listen knew the name. It appeared in newspapers beside words like businessman, investor, philanthropist, and alleged. It appeared in quieter conversations beside very different words. Russian, bratva, extortion, bodies, power. Nobody had ever proved most of it. Men like Kirill Volkov didn't become powerful because people could prove things about them. Still, Anna had spent the last 7 years in emergency rooms, rehabilitation wards, private homes, hospice rooms, and neighborhoods where police sometimes waited for backup before entering. She had learned something simple. Pain didn't care who you were. A billionaire vomited exactly like a homeless man. A gangster screamed exactly like a schoolteacher when a nerve fired badly. And blood was blood. "He's scared," Anna said. Victor stared at her. "Mr. Volkov does not get scared. Everyone gets scared. Not him." Anna picked up her duffel. Then maybe that's his problem. Before Victor could stop her, she pushed open the doors. The room beyond was so large that for a moment Anna forgot she was supposed to be looking for a patient. Floor-to-ceiling windows stretched across the far wall, Manhattan glittering 41 stories below. The storm clouds gathering over the city had turned the afternoon sky silver. There was a fireplace, large enough for Anna to stand inside, shelves of dark books, a private bar, and furniture that probably cost more than her mother's entire apartment. But someone had transformed the center of that luxury into a hospital. Monitors, oxygen, medication cabinets, rehabilitation equipment, an adjustable medical bed, and in the middle of it all, facing the windows, sat a man in a wheelchair. Kirill Volkov did not look broken. That surprised her. She had read the basic medical summary before accepting the position. Gunshot trauma, spinal injury, severe neurological impairment below the waist, 11 months post-injury, prognosis poor. She had expected frailty. Instead, she found a man who looked as if someone had taken a predator and removed only the ability to chase. He was broad through the shoulders, still powerfully built despite months in the chair. Dark hair swept back from a severe face, gray beginning at his temples. A short beard sharpened rather than softened his jaw. One hand rested on the wheelchair arm. The other was bleeding. A thin stream ran from the torn IV site down his wrist and dripped from his fingers onto the floor. His eyes moved to Anna, cold gray, unfriendly, intelligent. They traveled from her face to her body, taking in the curves her loose scrubs didn't hide, then returned to her eyes. His expression hardened. They sent me another one. Anna closed the doors behind her. Apparently, they sent me a fat one this time. There it was, the deliberate cruelty. Anna had heard versions of it her entire life, sometimes whispered, sometimes disguised as concern, sometimes delivered by men who believed a woman's body existed for their approval. She had learned long ago that the quickest way to disarm cruelty was to refuse to be wounded on command. She looked at his bleeding hand. Good. More of me for you to throw things at. Silence. Somewhere behind her, Victor made a sound that might have been a swallowed cough. Kirill's eyes narrowed. Get out. No. His expression changed. Not much. But enough. Excuse me? You're bleeding. I know. Congratulations. So do I. Anna walked toward the medical cart. His hand moved. Fast. Not toward her. Toward the side of the wheelchair. Anna stopped. She hadn't seen the weapon at first. Now she did. A pistol mounted beneath the chair, where his hand could reach it easily. Interesting. She kept her hands visible. I need gauze and antiseptic. You need to leave. I'll leave when my shift ends. You haven't been hired. Then this is volunteer work. Hold still. She took the supplies from the cart and approached. Don't touch me. His voice had changed. The anger was still there, but beneath it Anna heard something else. Not fear exactly. Expectation. The body preparing for danger. Anna stopped 3 feet away. All right. He blinked. She placed the gauze and antiseptic on the table beside him. I won't touch you. For some reason, that seemed to irritate him more. Anna nodded toward his hand. But you're going to put pressure on that before you bleed all over what I'm guessing is an obscenely expensive rug. Kirill looked down, then back at her. You think you're funny. No, I think you're stubborn. Victor. The doors opened immediately. Yes, boss. Why is she still here? Victor glanced at Anna. I was wondering the same thing. Remove her. Anna crossed her arms. Victor didn't move. Kirill looked from one to the other. What? Victor cleared his throat. She passed the screening. Something passed through Kirill's eyes. Fast. Anna almost missed it. What screening? She asked. Neither man answered. Kirill continued staring at Victor. All of it. All of it. And clean. The room became very quiet. Anna looked between them. I'd love to know what you're talking about. Kirill ignored her. Everything? Everything we could find. How far? 7 years. Family? Mother in Queens. Father deceased. No siblings. One ex-boyfriend in Jersey. Accountant. Boring. Thank you, Anna said. Victor gave her a slight shrug. Kirill still hadn't looked away from him. Financials? Clean. Contacts? Clean. Foreign connections? None. Anna's irritation began turning into something colder. You investigated me. Kirill finally looked at her. Yes. My mother? Yes. My ex? Yes. My apartment? Yes. Did you follow me? Yes. No apology. No embarrassment. Just certainty. Anna stared at him. You could have asked. People lie. So do background reports. Not mine. She considered walking out. For about 3 seconds. Then she looked at his bleeding hand again. Fine. Fina, you're paranoid. His face went completely still. Anna realized immediately that she had hit something real. She softened her voice. And maybe you have reasons. He said nothing. She pushed the gauze closer. Pressure. 5 minutes. Kirill stared at her. Then, slowly, he picked it up. That was how Anna Reyes survived her first 10 minutes with Kirill Volkov. Not by winning, not by frightening him, by being the first person in months who didn't try to force him to lose. The first week became a war fought entirely in inches. Kirill refused almost everything. Physical therapy, assisted transfers, most medications, food if he hadn't watched it being prepared, water if the bottle had already been opened. He wouldn't let Anna stand behind him, wouldn't allow anyone to move his wheelchair unless he knew exactly where they were going. At night, he kept the pistol within reach. The first time Anna entered his room at 3 in the morning, she found him asleep with it resting across his stomach. She quietly backed out. The next morning, she said nothing. That seemed to disturb him. You saw it. Anna checked his blood pressure. Saw what? The gun. Yes. And? And your blood pressure is 148/92. You're not going to lecture me about guns? About sleeping with one. Anna removed the cuff. I've had patients sleep with oxygen tanks, dead husbands' ashes, chihuahuas, kitchen knives, and once a taxidermied raccoon. Kirill stared. The raccoon was worse. His mouth moved. Barely. But Anna saw it. The beginning of a smile. He killed it immediately. She pretended not to notice. That became their arrangement. Anna noticed everything, and when necessary, she gave him the dignity of pretending she hadn't. On the 5th night, she heard him call her name. Not shout. Not command. Call. Anna. She was out of the chair in the hall before he said it again. When she entered, Kirill was gripping the sides of the bed. His face was gray. Sweat covered his forehead. A severe muscle spasm had seized the functioning muscles along his lower back. Anna had seen them before. Painful, exhausting, terrifying when they happened at night. Medication? She asked. No. Kirill, no drugs. Then I need to touch you. His jaw tightened. Another spasm hit. His fingers went white around the sheets. Anna waited. She could have called Victor, could have called the physician, could have forced the issue. Instead, she stood beside the bed. Do you want the pain to stop? Kirill breathed through his teeth. Yes. Then I'm going to put my hands on your back. His eyes opened. Tell me before. I just did. Another breath. Then a tiny nod. Anna moved slowly. She helped him turn just enough to access the muscles beside his spine. The moment her fingers touched him, Kirill's entire body became rigid. Not because of the spasm, because of her. Anna stopped. I'm not going to hurt you. You don't know that. The words came out before he could stop them. Anna looked at him. For the first time, the mafia boss disappeared. For perhaps 2 seconds, she saw the patient underneath. A man who had been shot. A man whose body had betrayed him. A man who apparently believed even a nurse's hands could contain death. No, Anna said softly. I suppose I don't. His eyes found hers. But I know I'm not here to hurt you. Something in his face shifted. Anna began again. Firm pressure. Slow movements. No pity. No unnecessary softness. She worked the muscle until it began releasing. Kirill's breathing gradually slowed. There, she murmured. Another knot loosened. I've got you. His eyes closed. Anna felt him go completely still. She wondered if she had hurt him. Then, she realized. Those words had done something. I've got you. Kirill turned his face toward the window. Anna kept working. She didn't ask. Didn't look. Didn't force him to explain whatever had just passed through him. Several minutes later, his shoulders finally relaxed. Why aren't you afraid of me? He asked. Anna considered the question. Because you're not the scary part. He opened his eyes. What's the scary part? Whatever made you believe a nurse touching you might be trying to kill you. The muscle beneath Anna's hands tightened again. Not a spasm this time. Kirill turned his head. Their eyes met. Anna knew immediately she had guessed correctly. She withdrew her hands. You should sleep. You notice too much. Occupational hazard. You'll get yourself killed that way. Anna pulled the blanket over him. Then maybe stop giving me things to notice. She turned off the lamp and left. Behind her, Kirill remained awake for another hour. But for the first time in 11 months, the pistol stayed on the nightstand. The doctors came every Thursday. Dr. Sergei Petrov was in his late 50s, with silver hair, immaculate suits, and the calm confidence of a man accustomed to expensive patients. He always arrived with a younger physician named Levin. Anna disliked him almost immediately. She couldn't explain why, so she watched. Petrov performed the same neurological examination each week. Reflexes, sensation, muscle tone, response to pressure. Every Thursday, the same conclusion. No meaningful improvement. Every Thursday, the same prognosis. Permanent impairment remains overwhelmingly likely. And every Thursday, Petrov seemed relieved to say it. That was what bothered Anna. Good doctors didn't want to be right about hopelessness. They wanted the patient to surprise them. Petrov never did. One Thursday, Anna stood beside the medication cabinet, while Petrov drew a neurological pin along the sole of Kirill's right foot. Too lightly. Anna frowned. Petrov moved to the other foot. Again, too lightly. Kirill's expression remained blank. Petrov wrote something. Anna watched his pen. He had written the conclusion before completing the final test. No change, he said. Kirill nodded. Petrov closed the folder. After the doctors left, Anna found Kirill reading beside the window. You don't like him, he said. Anna stopped. Who? Petrov. What makes you think that? You glare at him. I don't glare. You do. I observe aggressively. Kirill almost smiled. Anna crossed the room. What do you think of him? He's a doctor. That wasn't my question. No. It was the first time Kirill had used one of her own lines against her. Anna looked at him. He looked back. Something passed silently between them. Neither followed it. Not yet. Their strange relationship deepened in the weeks that followed. Anna learned his coffee. Black. No sugar. Nearly hot enough to burn. She learned he hated television news but read 4 newspapers every morning. She learned he spoke Russian, English, Italian, and enough Spanish to understand when she muttered insults under her breath. She discovered that one after accidentally dropping a medication tray. Carajo. I heard that. Anna froze. Kirill was reading. You speak Spanish? Enough. How much is enough? Enough to know my nurse has a filthy mouth. Anna stared. Then Kirill laughed. Actually laughed. The sound surprised both of them. It was rough from disuse, but real. Anna found herself smiling. There, she said. His amusement vanished. What? You're human. Don't spread it around. I'll protect your reputation. He watched her walk away, longer than he should have. Anna felt it. She didn't turn around. 3 weeks after she arrived, she found him awake at 2 a.m, with an old history book resting open across his lap. She recognized it. The Fall of the House of Valois. Kirill looked up. You've read it? 3 times. Why? Because everybody reads it wrong. That got his attention. Anna sat in the chair opposite him. How? They think it's about enemies. It is. No, it's about family. Kirill's expression sharpened. Anna nodded toward the book. Everybody remembers armies at the gates, assassinations, rival houses, but that's not what destroyed them. What did? The person sitting at their table. Silence. The empire didn't collapse because the king couldn't see the enemy. Anna continued. It collapsed because he could. He just loved him too much to move first. Kirill slowly closed the book. The room seemed colder. You think that's what happened to me? I think you've read that book enough times to know the answer. For several seconds, neither spoke. Then Kirill turned his chair toward the window. Go to bed, Anna. She stood. At the door, she looked back. The book lay face down beside him. For the first time, Anna understood that Kirill wasn't simply afraid of another attack. He suspected who had ordered the first one, and he was afraid the answer had his blood. 2 nights later, the storm arrived. Rain hammered Manhattan. The city disappeared behind gray sheets of water. Anna stood beside the windows after finishing Kirill's evening medications. She loved storms from high places. They made the city seem temporary. Anna. She turned. Kirill sat near the fireplace. Come here. Something in his voice made her pulse change. She walked over. What's wrong? Nothing. Then why are you looking at me like that? Give me your hand. Anna hesitated. Not from fear. From the intimacy of the request. Kirill noticed. His expression hardened as though preparing himself for rejection. Anna held out her hand. He took it. His fingers were warm. Strong. He turned her palm upward. Then, slowly, almost carefully, he lifted it to his face. Anna stopped breathing. Kirill pressed her palm against his cheek. His eyes closed. The roughness of his beard touched her skin. For several seconds, neither moved. "Every person who has touched me since the shooting," he said quietly, "has had to be investigated." Anna listened. "The first nurse sold my medication schedule." His thumb moved against her wrist. The second had a listening device sewn into her uniform. Anna's stomach tightened. The third? Potassium chloride. Her heart stopped. In a vitamin infusion. Jesus. She never got the chance. And the woman before me? We were still investigating her. Anna remembered the frightened nurse in the elevator. The Welt. The warning. Kirill opened his eyes. "You're the first person who came back clean." Anna swallowed. "That's why you investigated me." "Yes." "My mother." "Yes." "My entire life." "Yes." She should have been angry. Part of her was. But now, she understood the man beneath it. "You really thought I might kill you. I assume everyone might kill me. That sounds exhausting. It keeps me alive." His fingers tightened around hers. "You are the only person in this city whose hands I know are clean." Anna's heartbeat thundered. Kirill pressed her palm more firmly against his face. "You're the only one allowed to touch me. Kirill. Only you." There was something terrible in the words. Possessive, yes. But underneath that was something much more vulnerable. Trust. Not romantic fantasy. Not lust. The desperate trust of a man who had spent 11 months believing every gentle hand might hide a weapon. Anna looked down at him. "Okay." His eyes searched hers. "Okay?" "Only me." Something in Kirill's face broke. He turned his head and kissed the center of her palm. Once. Barely. Then released her. Anna walked back to her room with her hands still warm. Neither of them slept much that night. The following Thursday changed everything. Petrov arrived at 11. Same examination. Same question. Same meaningless sympathy. No improvement. Anna watched him leave, then waited until she heard the elevator doors close. She locked the penthouse. Kirill was reading. "Take off your sock." He glanced up. "What?" "Right foot." "Why?" "Because I'm asking nicely. That isn't usually how you ask." "Kirill." Something in her tone made him comply. Anna crouched. She examined his foot. Temperature. Skin tone. Muscle condition. Then she took a sterile neurological pin. Kirill's eyes followed it. "What are you doing?" "Something Petrov doesn't seem interested in doing properly." She drew it firmly along the lateral sole. Kirill's smallest toe moved. Anna froze. So did he. She repeated the test. His toes flexed. Not much, but unmistakably. Anna slowly looked up. Kirill was watching her. He wasn't surprised. That was the moment everything changed. "How long?" Silence. "How long, Kirill?" 3 weeks. Anna stood so fast the stool tipped over. 3 weeks? Keep your voice down. You can feel that? Yes. How much? Pressure, temperature, some pain. And you said nothing? I told you to keep your voice down. You have neurological recovery, and you've been hiding it from your neurologist. Yes. Are you insane? Possibly. Anna paced away. Do you understand what this could mean? If the pathways are recovering, with proper rehabilitation, stimulation, strengthening, I know. You could stand. I know. You might walk. I know. Anna stopped. Then the rest clicked into place. Petru. The light pressure. The pre-written reports. The certainty. She turned slowly. Petrov knows. Kirill said nothing. Doesn't he? Yes. Cold spread through Anna's body. He knows you're recovering. Yes. And he's hiding it. Yes. Why? Kirill looked toward the door. Because someone is paying him. Anna already knew the next question. She didn't want to ask. Who? Kirill's eyes returned to her. I don't know. A pause. But you suspect? Yes. Dima? Something changed in his face. That was answer enough. Anna sat down. She had met Dima only twice. He was everything Kirill wasn't. Warm. Charming. Yes. He brought flowers. Remembered Anna's mother's name. Kissed his brother's forehead when he left. Once Anna had seen tears in his eyes when he spoke about the shooting. He loves you. Kirill laughed, without humor. That is what frightens me. Anna frowned. A man who hates me can be predicted. Greed can be predicted. Ambition can be predicted. He looked toward the book beside the window. But a man who believes betrayal is love? Anna understood. He can justify anything. Yes. The room went silent. Finally, Anna asked, "What do you want me to do?" Kirill wheeled closer. "I need to know whether I can walk. You need a rehabilitation team." "No. Equipment. We have it. Specialists. I have you. Anna Starid. I'm a nurse. You spent 4 years in neurological rehabilitation before private care." Her eyes narrowed. "You really did investigate everything." "Yes. This is beyond my scope. I don't need you to perform a miracle." "What do you need?" Kirill stopped in front of her. "My legs." Anna almost laughed. "He didn't. I need you to help me get them back, without anyone knowing they're coming back." The insanity of it unfolded slowly. Secret rehabilitation, faking paralysis, deceiving Petrov, hiding neurological improvement from Dima. If they succeeded, Kirill might walk. If they were discovered, someone would almost certainly try to finish what the bullet had started. Anna looked at him. "You're asking me to lie to your doctor?" "Yes." "Your family?" "Yes." "Your entire organization?" "Yes." "And if somebody finds out?" Kirill's expression became very still. "They'll kill me." Anna swallowed. "And me?" He didn't answer. That frightened her more than anything. She stood. "No." Kirill's jaw tightened. "No?" "No." She walked away. He didn't stop her. Anna reached the door. Then she remembered the nurse running toward the elevator, the potassium chloride, the gun beneath the wheelchair, Petrov pressing the pin too lightly, Kirill sleeping with a pistol across his body. "I've got you." She closed her eyes. "Damn him." Anna turned. Kirill was still watching her. "I have conditions." For the first time, something like hope appeared in his eyes. "Name them." "You do exactly what I say during rehabilitation." "No." "Then enjoy the wheelchair." His eyebrow lifted. Anna continued. "No skipping sessions. No pretending pain doesn't exist. No macho nonsense. If I tell you to stop, you stop. If I tell you to rest, you rest. You're enjoying this." "Immensely." "And Petrov, we make him believe exactly what he already wants to believe." Kirill stared at her, then smiled. Not the tiny, almost smile from before. A real one. "You would have made a magnificent criminal, Anna Reyes. I'm helping a mafia boss fake paralysis." She held out her hand. "I think I've already changed careers." Kirill looked at it, then took it. Their conspiracy began that night. At first, there was nothing romantic about it. There was sweat, pain, failure, a great deal of profanity. Kirill's body had spent almost a year forgetting how to stand. His muscles had wasted, despite passive therapy. His balance was terrible. The first time Anna tried to bring him upright between the parallel bars, his knees folded immediately. She caught him beneath the arms. His weight nearly crushed her. "Chair," he snarled. "No. Anna." Again. "I said chair." And I said again. He glared at her. She glared back. "You're enjoying this far too much. Stand up." "I am trying." "No. You're trying not to fall. There's a difference." "Yes." She stepped closer. "You're afraid of the floor. I have been shot 3 times. And you're afraid of linoleum." His eyes flashed. "Good." Anger was useful. Again. Kirill pulled. His arms strained. His legs trembled. For 1 second he rose. Then 2. Then 3. His knees buckled. Anna caught him. They fell together against the bars. Kirill cursed in Russian. Anna laughed. "Don't. I didn't say anything. You laughed. You're terrifying." "I hate you." "No, you don't." He looked at her. Something changed. Anna felt it. Too close. His arm around her shoulder. Her body pressed against his breath warm near her face. For a moment neither moved. Then Anna helped him back into the chair. Again tomorrow. Every night they continued. Every Thursday they lied. Before Petrov's visits, Anna exhausted Kirill's muscles enough to reduce obvious responses. She taught him how to suppress movements he had fought desperately to regain. The irony wasn't lost on either of them. Monday through Wednesday, she taught him to move. Thursday morning, she taught him to look dead. Petrov never suspected. No change. he said week after week. Anna learned to smile. That's unfortunate. Petrov would nod, sympathetically. Kirill would sit expressionless. Then the elevator would close. Anna would turn. Kirill would raise 1 foot 2 inches from the floor. Asshole, she whispered. Kirill smiled. Progress came slowly. Then suddenly, 1 step between the bars. Then 3. Then 5. His balance returned. His strength followed. Anna watched something terrifying rebuild itself. Not simply his body. His confidence. Kirill changed. The man who had stared out the window for hours began asking Victor for reports again. He returned phone calls. Reviewed businesses. Issued orders. His men noticed. Nobody understood why. Anna did. Hope had entered the penthouse. And hope was dangerous. Dima came on a Sunday afternoon. Anna liked him immediately. That bothered her later. He brought flowers. Not extravagant ones. Tulips. For the woman who apparently performs miracles, he said. Anna laughed. I haven't performed any miracles. My brother laughed on the phone yesterday. Dima's smile softened. That qualifies. He was younger than Kirill by perhaps 6 years. Same gray eyes, but warmer. Same height, nearly. Same intelligence hidden beneath an easier face. He kissed Anna, on both cheeks. Thank you. For what? For giving him back to us. The emotion in his voice was real. Anna could hear it. That was the problem. Dima crossed the room and embraced Kirill. Kirill allowed it. But Anna saw his hands. They never relaxed. Later, after Dima left, she found Kirill by the window. You don't trust him. Kirill didn't turn. You like him. He's charming. So are snakes. Snakes don't bring tulips. Russian snakes do. Anna smiled despite herself. Then Kirill became serious. He loves me. I know. That doesn't make him innocent. No. It makes him dangerous. Anna walked beside him. You really think he ordered the shooting? I think Dima believes our organization cannot survive weakness. And your weakness? I was. The word hurt, more than Anna expected. She touched his shoulder. Kirill looked at her hand. Then at hair. Only you. She remembered. When you're ready, Anna said, we'll find out what he believes. 3 nights later, Kirill stood without the bars. Anna had been expecting it for days. Still, when it happened, she forgot how to breathe. Don't, she said. Kirill ignored her. His hands released the rails. His body swayed. Kirill, wait. His legs shook. He remained upright. 1 second. 2. 5. 10. Anna covered her mouth. Kirill looked down at himself. The most feared man in New York suddenly looked like a boy seeing the ocean for the first time. I am standing. Anna's eyes burned. Yes. He laughed. A broken sound. Disbelieving. I am standing. Yes, you stubborn bastard. He looked at her. Then took 1 step. His knee almost gave. Anna moved forward. No. Kirill raised 1 hand. Don't catch me. She stopped. He took another step. Then another. His breathing became ragged. Kirill. Enough. 1 more. Enough. He took it anyway. His leg failed. Anna caught him. Of course she did. She always did. His arms wrapped around her. But this time, something was different. He wasn't falling from the wheelchair. He was standing. 6'3", breathing hard. His body against hers. Anna looked up. Kirill looked down. The world became very small. You did this, he whispered. We did. You gave me my body back. Anna shook her head. You fought for it. His hand moved to her face. Anna. She knew. Before he moved. Before she could decide whether she wanted to stop him. Kirill kissed her. There was nothing cautious about it. Months of fear, anger, loneliness, pain, and trust collapsed into one hungry, trembling moment. Anna gripped his shirt. Kirill almost lost his balance. She laughed against his mouth. Careful. I have been waiting 11 months to stand. His forehead touched hers. And, somehow, the first thing I want to do with it is kiss you. Anna's smile faded. That's a terrible rehabilitation goal. I'll add it to the program. She laughed. Then, his expression changed. Softened. There is nothing I would not do for you now. Anna touched his face. Then don't. His eyes narrowed. Don't what? Whatever you're planning for Dima. Silence. Anna, you have your life back. If he did this, then expose him. If he shot me, then stop him. He tried to take everything from me. And revenge gives it back? Kirill looked away. Anna caught his face between her hands. Listen to me. You spent 11 months in that chair. Don't spend the next 11 years sitting in it inside your head. Something in his eyes shifted. You think I can simply forgive him? No, I can't. I didn't ask you to. Then what are you asking? Live. Kirill stared at her. That's all. His phone rang. Neither moved. It rang again. Kirill exhaled and reached for it. The number on the screen erased every trace of warmth from his face. What? Anna watched him listen. No words. Just silence. Then, when? Another pause. Understood. He ended the call. What happened? Kirill immediately moved toward the wheelchair. Help me. What? Now. Something in his voice made Anna obey. She helped him sit. Kirill pulled the blanket over his legs. Within seconds, the man who had just walked across the room disappeared. His shoulders changed. His posture collapsed slightly. His legs became lifeless. The broken king returned. Anna's stomach tightened. Kirill. Petrov filed his report. Good. 1 hour ago. No change? No change. Then what's wrong? Kirill looked at his phone. Because Dima isn't waiting for the report to change anymore. He touched the security panel. Camera feeds filled the screen. Lobby. Garage. Elevator. Anna saw black SUVs pulling into the underground level. 1. 2. 3. Doors opened. Men stepped out. Armed. Dima emerged from the second vehicle. Anna felt cold. How many? 6 with him. What does he want? Kirill didn't answer. The men entered the private elevator. Anna watched the number illuminate. Her heartbeat accelerated. Does he know you can walk? No. Then why is he coming? Kirill checked the pistol beneath his wheelchair. Because he believes I can't. Anna moved toward the door. We need Victor. He knows. You knew this was coming? I knew something was coming. Kirill. He looked at her. Anna. She stopped. If anything happens, you stay behind me. She almost laughed. You're pretending to be paralyzed. And I'm still more difficult to kill than you. Anna looked around. The room suddenly seemed different. The books, the windows, the rehabilitation bars. Every secret they had built together. Everything about to be exposed. What if he's innocent? Kirill's expression became unbearably sad. Then tonight, I lose a brother for doubting him. And if you're right, then I lost him 11 months ago. The doors to the penthouse corridor locked automatically. Victor entered. 4 men followed, all armed. Anna looked at them. Kirill looked at Victor. Position. Victor. Nodded. No questions. The men spread through the room. Anna suddenly understood. You planned this. I prepared for it. There's a difference? Yes. Kirill reached into his jacket. He held out a small pistol. Anna stared at it. No. Take it. I'm a nurse. Tonight, you're the reason I'm still alive. I don't know how to use that. I hope you don't have to. She didn't take it. Kirill studied her face. Then, withdrew the weapon. Stay close to Victor. Anna knelt in front of him. Promise me something. No. You don't even know what. I know you. Kirill. If it's Dima. His jaw tightened. Don't become him. Kirill looked at her. Please. The elevator slowed. Every man in the penthouse went still. Anna could hear the storm against the windows. Kirill reached for her hand. She gave it to him. He squeezed once, then released her. The elevator stopped. Silence. Ding. The doors opened. Dima stepped into the corridor. No flowers this time. 6 men followed him. Anna recognized 2 of them from previous visits. Their hands were inside their coats. Dima walked into the penthouse. His eyes moved around the room. Victor. The guards. Anna. Finally, Kirill. His brother. Sitting helplessly in the wheelchair. Dima smiled. It was the saddest smile Anna had ever seen. Brother. Dima. You knew I was coming. I suspected. Dima glanced at Anna. Something in his expression made her skin crawl. Not hatred. Regret. That was worse. Anna, he said softly. I'm sorry. For what? He looked back at Kirill. For taking this long. Nobody moved. Kirill's voice was quiet. You arranged the shooting. Dima's eyes filled with tears. Anna felt her stomach drop. Not denial. Not outrage. Tears. I tried every other way. Kirill closed his eyes for half a second. When he opened them, whatever remained of the older brother was gone. Only the boss remained. You paid Petrov. Yes. You put a bullet through my spine. I tried to save what you built. Kirill laughed once. No humor. You tried to murder me. I tried to prevent a war. Dima's voice cracked. You couldn't see it. Nobody could tell you. You were becoming reckless. The captains were afraid. The Bratva were moving. Then after the shooting, you became worse. You locked yourself in this room. You fired everyone. You ruled 600 families from a wheelchair, while every enemy we have smelled blood. So you decided to finish me. One death. Dima swallowed. One death instead of hundreds. Anna stared at him. He truly believed it. That was the horror. Dima reached beneath his coat. Victor's weapon rose immediately. So did 5 others. Easy, Dima said. His own men drew. The room filled with guns. Anna stopped breathing. Kirill didn't move. Dima pulled out his pistol. His hand shook. Tears ran openly down his face now. I love you. Kirill stared at him. I know. I need you to understand that. I do. I did this for the family. No. Kirill's voice was almost gentle. You did it because you were afraid. Dima's face twisted. I was the only one strong enough to do what had to be done. No, Dima. Kirill put both hands on the wheelchair arms. Anna's heart slammed against her ribs. Not yet. Dima didn't notice. He was crying too hard. You were the only one weak enough to convince yourself murder was mercy. Kirill pushed. His body rose. Slowly, deliberately. The blanket slid from his knees. Dima stopped breathing. Every man in the room froze. Kirill continued upward. His legs trembled once, then steadied. He released the wheelchair and stood, fully. 6 feet 3 inches of the brother Dima had spent 11 months believing would never rise again. The pistol in Dima's hand lowered by an inch. His mouth opened. Nothing came out. Kirill straightened. Anna saw the exact second Dima's entire understanding of the world collapsed. You. His voice was barely sound. Kirill took 1 step forward. Dima stumbled backward. You can walk. Another step. How? Kirill looked toward Anna. Only once. That was enough. Dima followed his eyes and understood. His expression changed. Shock. Then betrayal. Then something much worse. How long? Kirill said nothing. How long have you been able to do that? Long enough. Dima's breathing became ragged. You let me sit beside you. Kirill's face hardened. You watched me. Yes. You knew what I was doing. I needed to know how far you'd go. Dima's eyes filled with something almost childlike. You lied to me. Kirill stared at him. You shot me. For one impossible moment, they were no longer mafia men. No guards. No empire. No guns. Just 2 brothers standing in the ruins of whatever they had once been. Then Dima looked at Anna, and Anna saw the calculation begin. The miracle. The secret. The reason Kirill was standing. Hair. Kirill saw it too. Dima's pistol moved. Not toward Kirill. Toward Anna. Kirill's face changed. No. Dima raised the gun. Anna heard Kirill shout her name. Anna. And then the first shot shattered the room. The first shot hit the window behind Anna. The glass did not break completely. It starred outward in a white spiderweb, catching Manhattan in fractured pieces. And for one impossible fraction of a second, Anna saw the whole city reflected there. The rain, the lights, the black river below, before Kirill hit her hard enough to drive the air from her lungs. He moved faster than a man who had spent 11 months in a wheelchair had any right to move. One moment, Anna was standing beside the marble island with Dima's gun coming toward her. The next, Kirill's entire body slammed into hers, his arm wrapping around her waist as he took them both to the floor. Another shot cracked. Kirill grunted. Anna heard it more than felt it. Then, the room exploded. Victor fired first. Someone near the elevator answered. A lamp shattered. Men shouted in Russian. The beautiful penthouse that had been silent for months became thunder. Anna hit the marble on her shoulder. Kirill over her, his weight covering nearly all of her body. Stay down. His voice was against her ear. Kirill. Stay down. Another gunshot. A man screamed. Anna's training took over before terror could. She stopped being a woman trapped in a mafia gunfight. She became a nurse. Count the shots. Locate the bleeding. Find the exit. Protect the airway. Keep breathing. She felt Kirill's shift. That was when she noticed the warmth spreading against her hand. Blood. Kirill. I'm fine. You're bleeding. I said I'm fine. People who are fine don't bleed on me. Even now, absurdly, she heard something like a laugh catch in his throat. Then he rolled away from her. Behind the island. Now. Anna crawled. A bullet struck marble above her head, sending white chips across her hair. She ducked lower. Victor dragged one of Dima's men behind a column and slammed him against it hard enough to knock the weapon from his hand. Another man near the fireplace dropped his gun and raised both hands. Enough, someone shouted. Nobody listened. Kirill was on one knee. Anna saw his right leg shake. Not from fear. Fatigue. His body had not been prepared for this. Weeks of hidden rehabilitation had taught him to stand, walk short distances, balance, recover. They had not trained him to fight 6 armed men in a marble penthouse. He pushed himself upright anyway. Dima was near the doors. His face had changed completely. The crying brother was gone. What remained was a man whose entire plan had collapsed in less than 30 seconds. Stop. Kirill's voice cut through the gunfire. It did something bullets couldn't. The room froze. Victor had his pistol pressed to the temple of one man. 2 of Dima's men were on the floor. One clutched his arm. One wasn't moving. The other 3 stood uncertainly, guns raised but no longer firing. Dima stared at Kirill, then at the blood darkening Kirill's shoulder, then at Anna. Anna saw the calculation again. The same terrible arithmetic. Who lives? Who dies? What sacrifice saves the rest? Dima still believed in numbers. Kirill stepped between him and Anna. Put it down. Dima's hand shook. You don't understand what you've done. I understand exactly. No. Dima laughed once. It was almost a sob. You think this is victory. You think standing up changes what's coming. Kirill took another step. His right leg nearly buckled. Anna saw it. So did Dima. Something hopeful flickered in his face. Not hope for his brother. Hope that the weakness was still real enough to exploit. Kirill saw that too. He straightened. I said put it down. Dima's pistol remained raised. You were supposed to die last year. The words landed harder than any gunshot. Anna watched Kirill's face. Nothing. No visible shock. No grief. No anger. But his left hand slowly closed into a fist. Dima kept talking. Maybe because he finally could. Maybe because people who justify terrible things eventually need someone to hear the justification. You were becoming impossible. Kirill said nothing. The captains were terrified of you. Not loyal. Terrified. You punished disagreement. You took risks Father never would have taken. You believed fear was the same as control. Sometimes it is. No. Fear works until people believe the cost of rebellion is lower than the cost of obedience. Kirill's expression sharpened. Anna realized this wasn't only accusation. Dima had thought about this. For years, perhaps. The Bratva were already moving, Dima continued. 3 crews across the river, 2 captains talking behind your back. The Italians watching our ports. Everyone waiting for one mistake. And you gave them one. I gave us a transition. You put a bullet in my back. I tried to make it clean. Kirill laughed. A cold sound. You shot me from behind and call it clean? I made sure you wouldn't suffer. You failed. Dima flinched. For the first time, guilt penetrated his certainty. Only briefly. Then he hardened again. You should have died in the ambulance. Anna felt sick. Kirill's voice went quiet. But I didn't. No. And when I survived? Dima looked away. Kirill stepped closer. What did you do when I survived, little brother? Dima said nothing. You bought Petrov. Still nothing. You made him bury every sign of recovery. I made sure the transition could continue. You made sure I stayed in that chair. You were still alive. Not because you wanted me alive. Dima's jaw tightened. No. Kirill nodded once. The answer hurt him. Anna could see that. Maybe Dima could too. You wanted me weak enough to disappear. Yes. And when I didn't, I waited. For what? Dima's eyes moved to Anna. For him to give up. Anna understood. Dima had expected despair to finish the job. No second bullet needed. No blood. Just pain. Isolation. Humiliation. Months of being told he would never walk again. Eventually, Kirill would stop fighting. Maybe die, naturally. Maybe make a mistake. Maybe become so weak that Dima could take control without anyone questioning it. But Anna had interfered. Not intentionally. Not at first. She had done the most dangerous thing possible. She had given him something to live toward. Dima looked at her. You changed him. Anna stayed behind the island. Good. His mouth twisted. You think so? Yes. You don't know what he was. I know what he is. No. You know the version of him that needed you. Kirill took another step. Do not speak to her. Dima smiled bitterly. There. That. What? The weakness. Kirill's eyes went flat. Dima pointed the pistol loosely toward Anna again. Every gun in the room immediately shifted. Kirill's men. Dima's men. Everyone understood. Dima laughed. Look at you. Kirill's voice was almost a whisper. Lower it. You would burn everything for her. Lower it. Do you even hear yourself? Dima's eyes were wild now. You spent your whole life telling me family comes before everything. Territory, money, women, pride, everything. Then she walks in with a duffel bag and suddenly you're willing to risk the organization for a nurse? Anna flinched. Kirill did not. She is not the risk. No? You are. Dima's face broke again. You don't mean that. I do. I am your brother. And she did more to keep me alive in 6 weeks than you did in 11 months. Dima started, then whispered. I sat beside your bed every night. Kirill's expression changed. That was the wound. I know. I held your hand. I know. I listened to you scream. I know. I cleaned blood off you. I know. I prayed for you. Kirill's voice cracked. I know. Silence. Rain hammered the windows. Dima's tears returned. I loved you through all of it. Kirill looked at him for a long time, then said the cruelest truth Anna had heard all night. And still, you were the one who put me there. Dima's pistol lowered. Barely. Kirill moved. Fast. He closed the distance between them before Dima understood. His hand clamped around Dima's wrist. The gun fired into the ceiling. Victor lunged forward. 2 men shouted. Anna rose just enough to see Kirill twist Dima's arm. Dima was younger, stronger than Kirill's recovering body. But shock made him slow. Kirill drove his shoulder into him. They crashed onto the marble. The gun skidded away. Dima hit Kirill's wounded shoulder. Kirill grunted. Anna started toward them. Victor grabbed her arm. No. He's hurt. He's also winning. Kirill wasn't. Not exactly. Dima rolled on top of him. For 1 second, the younger brother had the advantage. He struck Kirill across the face. Once. Twice. Kirill blocked the third. Dima shouted something in Russian. Kirill answered. Anna didn't understand the words. She understood the tone. Childhood. Old wounds. Brothers arguing in a language older than the room they were dying in. Kirill hooked his leg behind Dima's ankle and rolled. His recovered muscles almost failed. Almost. Then held. Kirill came up on top. His hand closed around Dima's throat. Boss. Victor moved. Kirill ignored him. Dima stared up. No gun now. No men. No plan. Just his brother's hand around his throat. Anna saw exactly what was going to happen. Kirill. He didn't hear. Or pretended not to. Kirill. His fingers tightened. Dima gasped. Kirill. Anna tore free of Victor. She crossed the room. Everyone let her. Maybe because Kirill had made it clear that no one else was allowed to touch him. Maybe because everyone knew she was the only person whose voice had any chance of reaching him now. Anna knelt. Look at me. Nothing. Kirill. His eyes stayed on Dima. Please. That did it. Kirill looked at her. Anna's heart broke. There was nothing triumphant in his face. No pleasure. No revenge. Only grief. Rough. Childlike. Ruined. He tried to kill you. I know. He pointed a gun at you. I know. He shot me. I know. He put me in that chair. Anna touched his wrist. Very carefully. I know. Kirill looked back at Dima. His hand tightened once more. Dima's face was turning red. Anna leaned closer. If you kill him now, you spend the rest of your life in that chair. Kirill froze. What? Not this one. She looked at the wheelchair across the room. The one inside your head. His breathing changed. Anna continued. You stood up tonight. He stared at her. Don't sit back down because of him. For several seconds, nothing moved. Then Kirill released his brother. Dima sucked in air. Kirill stood. His legs trembled violently. Anna reached for him. He accepted her arm. That mattered. He let her help him stand. Victor stepped forward. What do we do with him? Kirill looked down at Dima. Dima was still coughing. Take him. Where? Kirill's eyes moved to the wheelchair. Anna felt something cold move through her. Kirill. He looked at her. She shook her head. Whatever she saw in his face, he understood. No. He looked back at Victor. Not the chair. Dima laughed weakly. Merci? Kirill stared at him. No. Victor hauled Dima upright. Kirill wiped blood from his mouth. You wanted proof that weakness destroys a king. Dima said nothing. You wanted to see whether I could hold everything while broken. Kirill stepped closer. I'm going to show you. Dima's face hardened. You think they'll follow you after this? They already did. Dima looked around. For the first time, he noticed what Anna had noticed during the shooting. 3 of the men he had arrived with had dropped their weapons. Not because they were defeated, because they had chosen. One of them lowered his eyes. Sorry, Mr. Dima. Dima went pale. Kirill understood immediately. You bought them. Dima said nothing. Kirill looked at Victor. Did he? Victor nodded. All 6. And? Victor glanced at the men. 5 reported it to us the same day. Dima starred. Anna almost pitied him. Almost. Kirill stepped closer. You didn't buy loyalty. Dima's face crumpled. You bought information. For the first time that night, Dima looked genuinely defeated. Not because the assassination had failed, because the world he believed he understood had rejected his mathematics. Kirill looked at Victor. Put him in the east apartment. Guarded? Always. Doctor? Kirill's eyes became cold. Yes. Dima laughed. Petrov? No. That stopped him. Kirill glanced at Anna. Someone honest. Dima's mouth twisted. You're going to keep me prisoner. I'm going to keep you alive. For what? Kirill looked around the room. The broken glass. Blood. Rain. Men. The wheelchair. For the family. Dima shut his eyes. Those words hurt him more than a bullet ever could. Victor took him away. The elevator doors closed. Only then did Kirill fall. Anna caught him before his knees hit the marble. Yes. I'm fine. You have to stop saying that. You were shot. It grazed me. You don't know that. I can feel it. That's not a diagnosis. He almost smiled. Then his face went gray. Anna's tone changed immediately. Victor. The doors reopened before she finished shouting. Kirill leaned heavily against her. Bed. Now. I can walk. No. I can. Congratulations. Anna pointed at the wheelchair. Sit. Kirill looked at it. For half a second, she thought he would refuse out of pride. Then he sat. Not as a defeated man. As a patient. That difference mattered. Anna wheeled him toward the bedroom. Victor followed. Call the doctor. No Petrov, Kirill said. I wasn't planning to. Dr. Stein. Victor nodded. Anna stopped. Stein? Kirill looked at her. You know him? Trauma surgeon. Mount Sinai. One of the few men I didn't let Dima choose. Good. Anna pushed him into the private ward. Shirt off. Victor looked away so quickly Anna laughed despite herself. Kirill gave him a flat look. You've seen me shot before. Yes, boss. Then why are you acting embarrassed? Victor glanced at Anna. That is different. Anna cut Kirill's shirt open before either man could continue. The bullet had torn through the outer part of his left shoulder. Ugly, bleeding heavily, but probably no major artery, no exit wound. Kirill looked at her. Bad? Could be worse. You say that every time. You get shot often enough for me to have a standard answer? Apparently. Anna pressed gauze firmly against the wound. Kirill hissed. Good. That hurts. Excellent. Means you can complain. Victor's phone rang. He answered in Russian. Anna focused on Kirill. Look at me. He did. Dizzy. No. Nauseated. No. Trouble breathing? No. Vision? Fine. Any numbness? Only where I was already numb. She gave him a look. Not funny. A little. Anna almost smiled. Then she noticed his hand. It was shaking. Not from blood loss. Adrenaline. Shock. Grief. She covered it with hers. Kirill looked down. The shaking slowed. Dima is alive, Anna said. I know. You made the right choice. His eyes lifted. Did I? Yes. You don't know what he'll do. No. He may try again. Then stop him again. You make it sound simple. I didn't say easy. He looked away. Anna squeezed his hand. You didn't kill your brother. He stopped being my brother a year ago. No. Kirill's eyes snapped back. Anna held them. If that were true, you wouldn't look like this. Something in his face collapsed. He turned toward the window. I should have seen it. Maybe. I did see it. Anna frowned. The book. Kirill laughed bitterly. I knew. You suspected. I knew enough. You loved him. That is not an excuse. No. Anna changed the gauze. It's the reason. Kirill was silent. Dr. Stein arrived 28 minutes later. He was 60, impatient, and completely unimpressed by armed men. Anna liked him immediately. He examined the wound. Through and through muscle trauma. No major vascular involvement. Anna exhaled. Kirill noticed. You were worried. Of course I was worried. You said it was a graze. I lead to difficult patients. Dr. Stein looked between them. Good. He needs more people willing to do that. Kirill scowled. The doctor cleaned and closed the wound. Anna assisted. When he finished, he looked at Kirill's legs, then at the wheelchair, then at Anna. Interesting. Kirill went still. What? Dr. Stein crouched. You walked tonight. Nobody answered. He smiled slightly. I'm a trauma surgeon. I know the difference between leg muscle maintained through passive therapy and leg muscle being actively rebuilt. Anna glanced at Kirill. His jaw tightened. Dr. Stein raised both hands. Relax. If I wanted you dead, I would have chosen a more efficient career. Kirill didn't laugh. Stein became serious. Who is managing the neurological recovery? Anna raised one hand. The doctor stared. You? With what we have. And Petrov? Compromised, Kirill said. Stein nodded once. Not surprised enough. Kirill noticed. You knew. No. You suspected. I suspected Petrov had become very expensive for a neurologist who never seemed interested in improving his richest patient. Anna almost smiled. She liked him more. Stein looked at her. Show me the latest motor function tomorrow. Kirill answered first. No. Anna turned. What? No more doctors. Kirill. Petrov is not every doctor. No. Then say the real thing. His face closed. Anna lowered her voice. You're scared. Victor looked at the floor. Dr. Stein suddenly became fascinated by his bag. Kirill glared. Anna didn't back down. You trusted the wrong doctor. That doesn't mean you stopped trusting medicine. I trust you. I'm not enough. His eyes sharpened. Careful. No. Anna stepped closer. You told me I gave you your body back. I didn't. We started something. That's all. You need specialists. Imaging. Proper rehabilitation. Neurological testing. If you want to walk long term, not just stagger across a room to terrify your brother, then you need help. Stein nodded. She's right. Kirill ignored him. Anna crossed her arms. Well? Kirill looked at her. Then at Stein. Tomorrow. Anna smiled. Good. I hate you. No, you don't. Dr. Stein raised an eyebrow. Victor coughed. Kirill closed his eyes. Everyone out. Anna remained. Kirill opened one eye. You too. No. Anna. You have antibiotics due. He sighed. Everyone else left. The room returned to silence. The expensive kind. Anna finished the medications. Kirill watched her. When she turned to leave, his hand caught her wrist. Stay. The word was quiet. Nothing like a command. Anna looked at him. Here? Yes. She sat beside him. For a while neither spoke. Rain moved down the windows. Kirill's grip loosened, but didn't release her. I meant what I said before. Anna waited. If you want to leave, you leave. She frowned. Now. Tomorrow. Next week. Whenever. Why? Because tonight changes things. Tonight changes nothing. He laughed once. Anna, I already knew you were dangerous. You knew stories. I saw 6 men shooting in your living room. That is closer. And this is my world. He looked toward the windows. Dima was not entirely wrong. Anna said nothing. There are people waiting for weakness. Then don't be weak. Being with me puts you in danger. I noticed. His hand tightened around hers. I could put you somewhere safe. I have an apartment. That's not what I mean. I know. A house. Security. Money. Whatever you want. Anna stared. You're trying to buy me an exit. I am trying to give you one. I already have one. Kirill frowned. The elevator. For a moment, he simply stared. Then he laughed. Despite the bandage. Despite his brother. Despite the blood still drying on the marble in the other room. He laughed. Anna smiled. Then became serious. You're not allowed to decide for me. I know. Do you? Yes. No. She leaned closer. You're used to controlling everything around you because control keeps you alive. Kirill said nothing. But if this becomes anything, she gestured between them, anything real, you don't get to control me. His expression changed. What is this? Anna's heartbeat stumbled. What? You said if this becomes anything real. I know what I said. What is this? You were shot tonight. That doesn't answer the question. You're impossible. Anna. She stood. Kirill held onto her hand. She looked down at him. He was suddenly not the mafia boss. Not the man who had just stood over his traitorous brother. He looked uncertain, and Anna realized that uncertainty frightened him more than bullets. She sat again. This is, she exhaled, complicated. No. Dangerous. No. Ridiculous. No. Kirill, do you love me? Anna froze. He had asked it with the brutal simplicity of a man who had no patience for safe words. She looked at him. That is an insane question to ask after 6 weeks. So no. I didn't say no. His eyes sharpened. Anna shook her head. You're unbelievable. Anna. I don't know. He looked away. But, his eyes returned. I know that when that gun turned toward me, I wasn't afraid for myself first. Kirill went still. I was afraid of what it would do to you if Dima killed me. His face broke. And I know that when you stood up tonight, I was proud of you before I was scared. She touched his face. And I know that when you threw yourself in front of that bullet, part of me wanted to strangle you and kiss you at the same time. Kirill's mouth moved. That sounds promising. Don't ruin it. She pressed her palm against his cheek, the gesture that had become theirs. Kirill turned into it, eyes closing. Only you, he whispered. Anna's throat tightened. Only me. He fell asleep, holding her wrist. Anna stayed until morning. The next 3 weeks rearranged the Volkov empire. Dima remained alive. That surprised everyone. Rumors spread anyway. Kirill did not deny them. He simply appeared. Not publicly at first. Private meetings. Captains summoned one by one. Men who expected to find a weakened boss in a wheelchair entered the penthouse and found Kirill standing behind his desk. Anna watched the effect from the hallway. Some men paled. Some crossed themselves. One actually backed into the door. Kirill enjoyed that one. Petty, Anna told him afterward. He nearly fainted. You enjoyed it. Immensely. You're a child. I'm 6'3". Unfortunately, he was getting stronger. With Dr. Stein's help, Anna found a rehabilitation team that could be trusted. Not easily. Every person was screened. Twice. Sometimes 3 times. Anna objected at first. Then Victor showed her the potassium chloride syringe from the former nurse. She stopped objecting. Kirill trained every morning. He hated the cane. He hated the braces more. He hated being told to rest. He particularly hated a physical therapist named Maya, who weighed perhaps 120 pounds and treated his criminal reputation as completely irrelevant. Again, Maya would say, I did 12. You did 11. I did 12. I count better than you. Kirill would look at Anna. Fire her. Anna smiled. No. Maya became his favorite therapist within a week. He never admitted it. Anna knew. She noticed things. Dima's interrogation revealed the rest. Petrov had taken money for nearly a year, not only to hide Kirill's neurological recovery. He had altered reports from the beginning. The original spinal damage had been severe, but never as hopeless as Kirill was told. There had always been a possibility of partial recovery. Small, uncertain, but real. Petro had erasedit. Anna read the original scans beside Dr. Stein late one evening. Her hands began to shake. He knew. Stein nodded. He knew from the beginning. Yes, Anna sat back. For 11 months, Kirill had believed his body was a grave. Not because medicine had failed him, because someone had sold hopelessness as a diagnosis. What will happen to Petrov? Stein looked toward the closed door. That depends on which system reaches him first. Anna understood. She found Kirill in his office, walking without the cane. Badly. She pointed. Where is it? What? The cane. I don't need it. You are limping. I always limped. You were in a wheelchair. Before. Anna stared. Kirill Sahil. It is beside the desk. Use it. No. Kirill. Anna. Fine. She turned around. He frowned. Where are you going? To tell Maya you're being stupid. He grabbed the cane. Anna smiled without turning. I hate you. No, you don't. He walked beside her. Then Anna remembered why she had come. Petrov. Kirill stopped. What about him? I saw the scans. His face hardened. He knew from the beginning. Yes. You knew? Yesterday. And you didn't tell me? I was waiting for Stein to confirm. Kirill turned toward the window. Anna recognized the silence. Danger. Not to her. Never to her. But danger. What are you going to do? Nothing you want to hear. Kirill. He stole a year from me. I know. Has stolen my body. I know. He helped my brother try to kill me. I know. Kirill's hand tightened around the cane. You're going to ask me to forgive him? No. That surprised him. Anna stepped closer. I don't care whether you forgive him. Then what? I care whether you become predictable. He frowned. You told me enemies are easy when they understand what you want. Yes. Then Petrov expects you to kill him. Kirill watched her. Anna continued. Don't give him the version of you he prepared for. Something almost proud entered Kirill's eyes. What would you do? Expose him. He can buy a judge. Then don't rely on one judge. He has money. So do you. A great deal more. Good. Anna folded her arms. Use it for something other than ugly furniture. Kirill looked around his office. You insult my furniture constantly. It deserves it. What do you want? Medical board, criminal charges, financial records, every altered report, every patient he's ever treated. Kirill's expression sharpened. You think there are others. I think a doctor willing to falsify paralysis for money didn't discover corruption with you. He smiled slowly. There he was, the strategist. You are terrifying. I learned from criminals. Within 48 hours, federal investigators received an anonymous package. Medical records, bank transfers, encrypted communications, original imaging, altered reports. Petrov was arrested outside a private clinic in Manhattan. Anna watched the news report from Kirill's bedroom. Kirill watched her. You're happy. I am. He may still walk. Good. You really wanted the law. I wanted consequences. Kirill considered that. Different thing. Yes. What if the law fails? Anna looked at him. Then we deal with that when it happens. He smiled slightly. We. Anna realized what she'd said. She looked away. Kirill's smile grew. Don't. We. Kirill. Say it again. No. We. She threw a pillow at him. He caught it. Mostly. It hit his wounded shoulder. He winced. Anna immediately stood. Oh my God. He started laughing. You idiot. You attacked an injured man. With a pillow. Murderous nurse. She checked his shoulder anyway. Kirill watched her hands. The same hands he once could not tolerate near his body. Now he leaned into them. Weeks passed. The penthouse changed. Anna noticed it gradually. The medical equipment began disappearing. First, the oxygen machine. Then the hospital bed. Then, the medication cabinet. The rehabilitation bars remained. The wheelchair stayed near the wall. Kirill could walk across the entire penthouse now. On difficult days, he used the cane. On good days, he refused. On very good days, Anna hid it just to watch him search. Where is it? No idea. Anna, maybe the furniture ate it. One day I will fire you. You already tried. And? I ignored you. I remember. He was different. Not soft. Kirill Volkov would never be soft. Men still feared him. His enemies still disappeared from businesses, contracts, territories. But Anna began seeing changes. He listened more, not because she demanded it, because surviving betrayal had taught him something fear never had. A man could control everyone in a room and still fail to see the knife held by the person he loved most. The captains noticed. Victor noticed. Anna noticed. Dima noticed too. Kirill visited him every Sunday. Anna never asked to go. One evening he returned unusually quiet. How is he? Alive. That wasn't my question. Kirill gave her a tired look. He hates me. Probably. He says I humiliate him by keeping him alive. Maybe you do. Kirill sat. Anna poured coffee. He asked me to kill him. Her hand stopped. What did you say? No. Why? Kirill looked at the rain outside. Because he would die, believing he was right. Anna sat across from him. And if he lives, he has to watch. Watch what? Everything continue. Anna understood. Dima's entire justification depended on catastrophe. Kirill's weakness would destroy the organization. The families would starve. The rivals would invade. War would come. His brother had to die, because there was no other choice. But each peaceful month was evidence against him. Every captain who stayed, every business that survived, every family that remained safe. Every morning Kirill walked into his office. Dima was being defeated by reality. You said once he believed he was the hero. Yes. Maybe that's the only punishment that matters. Kirill looked at her. Being wrong? Knowing someone didn't have to die. Silence. Then Kirill said, You saved him. Anna shook her head. No. You stopped me. I reminded you who you wanted to be. What if I don't know who that is? You're learning. He studied her. And you? What about me? What are you learning? Anna hesitated. That question was harder. She had spent so much of the last 2 months inside Kirill's recovery that she had avoided thinking about her own life, her mother, her apartment, the career she had put on hold, the medical school applications she had never finished. Kirill knew. Of course he did. You wanted to be a doctor. Anna looked at him. That was a long time ago. No. Yes. You still read journals. I'm a nurse. You read surgical journals. I like learning. You argue with Stein. He's wrong sometimes. You corrected a neurologist last week. He was definitely wrong. Kirill smiled. You want to be a doctor. Anna looked down at her hands. I wanted to. What changed? Money. I have money. She laughed. No. I didn't finish. No. Anna, you are not buying me medical school. Why? Because I said so. That is a weak argument. It is an excellent argument. I could pay the tuition without noticing. Exactly. He frowned. Anna leaned forward. If I do it because I earned it. You did earn it. Not from you. His expression changed. She softened. I love what you've done for my mother. Kirill looked away. Anna had discovered that one accidentally. Her mother's care facility had suddenly upgraded her to a private room. Anna investigated. Of course she did. The payment had come through a foundation attached to one of Kirill's companies. She had been furious. Then her mother called crying because she had a window overlooking the garden. Anna had remained furious for almost 3 hours. Then less furious. You had no right. She needed better care. I know. You were paying half your salary. I know. She is your mother. Yes. Kirill's voice softened. And you are mine. Anna went still. He seemed to realize what he had said only after it left his mouth. The room became silent. Anna's heart began pounding. Kirill. He looked at her. Not away. Never away. Mine does not mean owned. She waited. It means, he struggled. For a man who could command men to cross oceans and move millions of dollars, emotion still reduced him to fragments. Anna let him struggle. Finally, he said, My person. Her throat tightened. You're my person. Anna smiled. That is significantly less alarming. Good. But you're still not paying my tuition. He sighed. What if I create a scholarship? No. For nurses returning to medical school. Anna blinked. Not for you. Kirill. Hundreds of nurses. She stared. Applications. Independent board. No requirement to work for me. You've thought about this. 2 weeks. Anna couldn't speak. Kirill leaned back. You said you wanted consequences. What does that have to do with this? Petrov made medicine into a weapon. His eyes hardened. I would like to make it something else. Anna looked at him. Really looked. The man she met would have solved betrayal with blood. This man was talking about scholarships. Not redemption. Not in a sense. Kirill Volkov would never become harmless. But change did not require becoming someone else entirely. Sometimes it meant deciding what your power was for. Anna walked around the desk. Kirill looked up. She kissed him. Slowly. When she pulled back, he looked stunned. What was that? Positive reinforcement. I should fund more things. Don't push it. 3 months after the night Dima came to kill him, Kirill walked into a charity gala without a cane. The event was held in one of his hotels. Officially, it was for neurological rehabilitation access. Unofficially, half the city attended because everyone wanted to see whether the rumors were true. Anna stood beside him in the elevator. You're nervous. No. You're rubbing your thumb against your palm. Kirill stopped. Anna smiled. I hate that you notice things. You'd be dead if I didn't. True. The elevator slowed. Kirill adjusted his jacket. Anna looked at him. You don't have to do this. Yes, I do. Why? He looked at her. Because hiding kept me alive. A pause. But I don't want to hide anymore. The doors opened. Cameras exploded in white light. Kirill stepped out. Alone at first. No wheelchair. No cane. He walked. Slowly. A little stiff, but upright. The crowd went silent. Anna remained behind him. He turned. Held out his hand. She looked at it. Reporters were watching. Businessmen. Politicians. Enemies. Friends. Everyone. The man who once trusted no one was publicly asking her to come stand beside him. Anna took his hand. The room erupted. Later, after speeches and questions and endless photographs, they escaped to the private balcony. Manhattan spread beneath them. Terrible evening, Kirill said. You raised $6 million. Still terrible. You smiled in 3 photographs. Fabricated evidence. Anna laughed. Kirill looked at her. You looked beautiful tonight. She glanced down at her dress. You sound surprised. No. Good answer. He moved closer. His hand settled at her waist. Anna looked up. Do you miss it? What? The chair. His face darkened. No. Not even a little? Why would I? People brought everything to you. They still do. You could yell at nurses. I still could. You could throw glasses. I haven't thrown anything in months. Growth. He smiled. Then his expression softened. I don't miss it. Anna waited. But I think about it. Why? Because I remember who I was in it. He looked through the glass doors at the gala. Everyone thought the worst thing about that chair was that I couldn't walk. What was? That I believed I had nowhere to go. Anna's eyes stung. Kirill touched her face. Then you walked in. With a duffel bag. And insulted me. You insulted me first. I was charming. You called me fat. You are. Anna stared. Kirill realized his mistake. Immediately. That sounded better in Russian. She slapped his chest. He laughed. She tried not to. Failed. Terrible man. Still here. Unfortunately. He kissed her. Months later, the wheelchair finally disappeared from the living room. Anna noticed the empty space, while carrying 2 cups of coffee. Where is it? Kirill looked up from his book. What? The chair. In storage. You kept it? He returned to reading. Yes. Anna placed his coffee down. Why? No reason. Kirill. He sighed. You ruin mystery. Occupational hazard. He closed the book. Because I don't want to forget. Forget what? Where you found me. Anna leaned against the desk. I didn't find you in that chair. His eyebrow lifted. No? No. She walked toward him. I found you hiding inside it. Kirill considered that. That is annoyingly poetic. Thank you. It was not a compliment. It was. Anna sat on the arm of his chair. Not the wheelchair. A normal chair. Something about that still made her smile. Kirill noticed. What? Nothing. You're smiling. I know. Why? Anna touched the gray beginning at his temple. You're sitting. He frowned. I sit frequently. Exactly. Understanding came slowly. Then his face softened. Once, sitting had meant defeat. Now it was simply sitting. Anna kissed his forehead. Outside, summer rain began tapping the glass. Kirill looked toward the windows. The same weather. Anna followed his gaze. It was. The night he first asked for her hand had looked like this. Gray city. Silver rain. A man in a wheelchair who believed every touch carried betrayal. Kirill stood. No cane. No hesitation. He held out his hand. Anna gave him hers. He pressed her palm to his chest. Not his face this time. His heart. Still clean? He asked. Anna smiled. She felt the rhythm beneath her hand. Strong. Alive. Still alive. Because of you. No. Kirill frowned. Anna moved closer. I showed you how to stand. Her other hand rested against his shoulder, over the faint scar left by the bullet he had taken for her. You decided to get up. He looked at her for a long time. Then he touched his forehead to hers. You're staying. It wasn't quite a question. Anna smiled. You're still terrible at asking. Are you staying? Yes. Forever? Now you're pushing it. Anna. She laughed. Yes. Something in Kirill's eyes changed. The same thing she had seen weeks ago when he first stood between the rehabilitation bars. Wonder. Not at walking. At possibility. He kissed her forehead, then her cheek, then her mouth. Outside, New York continued without them. Cars moved. Sirens rose from distant streets. Millions of windows burned against the dark. Somewhere across the city, Petrov was waiting for trial. Dima remained alive, trapped not in a wheelchair but in the knowledge that the catastrophe he had killed for had never been inevitable. The organization remained standing. So did Kirill. Not perfectly. He still limped when exhausted. Cold weather still sent pain through his lower back. Some mornings his right leg refused to cooperate, until Anna forced him through stretches he complained about with impressive creativity. Recovery had not become a miracle, simply because the ending was happy. Bodies remembered. So did people. There were nights Kirill woke reaching for a pistol that no longer slept beside him. Nights when Anna found him staring at the door. Nights when he asked whether she had locked it twice. She never told him not to be afraid. Fear was not weakness. She had known that before he did. Instead, she lay beside him. Sometimes she touched his shoulder. Sometimes his hand. Sometimes she said nothing. And slowly, the pauses between those nights became longer. Kirill learned something Anna's patience had taught her years before. Healing was rarely the moment a man stood. Healing was every ordinary morning after. Every step, nobody applauded. Every time pain came and did not become destiny. Every time fear arrived and someone stayed. The world would remember the night Kirill Volkov rose from his wheelchair in front of the brother who had betrayed him. His men would tell the story for years. The broken king stood. The traitor froze. The empire chose. But that was not the moment Kirill remembered most. He remembered a different night. A nurse beside his bed. His body locked in pain. Her hands waiting instead of forcing. Her voice in the darkness. I've got you. That had been the beginning. Not when his toes moved. Not when his legs held. Not even when he stood. The beginning was the first time he believed those words might be true. Years later, Anna would sometimes find the old wheelchair in storage beneath a white sheet. She never asked Kirill to throw it away. Neither of them needed to. It was no longer a prison. Just evidence. Proof that a body could heal after being declared finished. Proof that a king could survive betrayal without becoming the betrayal. Proof that a woman the world had learned to overlook could walk into the most dangerous room in New York, refuse to be frightened on command, and change the future of everyone inside it. And proof that sometimes the most powerful thing a person can offer isn't rescue. It is presence. One honest hand. One person who stays. One voice saying, when the pain becomes unbearable, I've got you. Kirill Volkov had spent most of his life believing power meant never needing those words. Ana Reyes taught him something far more difficult. Power was hearing them, and finally allowing yourself to believe them.